Live from the Grenadian capital, this is the GBN television news. GBN, covering you from the Grenadine Island chain to Brooklyn, New York, via the World Wide Web on www.gbn.gd.
The news headlines is brought to you compliments GUT Credit Union.
Notice is hereby given that the 38th Annual General Meeting of the Grenada Union of Teachers Cooperative Credit Union Limited will be held virtually on Thursday, October 13, 2022. The meeting is called for the following purposes: to receive the report of the Board of Directors and other committees for 2021, to receive the audited financial reports for 2021, to elect members to the Board of Directors and other committees, to discuss and approve the budget for 2022, to appoint auditors and fix their remuneration, to take action on such matters as may come before the 38th Annual General Meeting. All members are invited to attend and to register to receive further information.
Good evening. This is Network News for Friday, October 7, 2022. In the headlines, police investigate death of student at St. George's University. Sir Archibald Ned Memorial Lecture Series resumes after a 5-year break. Church service on Sunday to kick off Solidarity Week of Grenada Trades Union Council. In around the globe, regionally, Trinidad's opposition MP says the finance minister cannot be trusted. Internationally, U.S. President Joe Biden says nuclear risk is the highest since 1962 Cuban Missile Crisis. Plus, in the sports news, Blue Stars Super Knockout Tournament moves into its semi-final stage. Stay close. We'll be back in a moment.
The first segment of the news comes to you compliments Soft Weave Bathroom Tissue.
Have you heard about the new Soft Weave bathroom tissue with total hygiene? As hygiene and safety have taken center stage, our bathroom tissue is now manufactured with 3 different technologies to offer the best protection for you and your family. UVC light technology for a safe and effective disinfection process, eliminating 99.9% of microorganisms. Also, production at high temperatures, killing all types of germs and bacteria. And it's pH controlled with delicate fibers to prevent irritation for even sensitive skin. Soft Weave Total Hygiene Bathroom Tissue, available in supermarkets and shops island-wide. Visit Soft Weave Caribbean Facebook or Instagram pages for more information.
From Television Center at the Grenada Broadcasting Network, I'm Kenroy, Baptiste. Police have confirmed that in the late afternoon of Thursday, October 6, 2022, officers responded to a report and proceeded to the St. George's University compound, where they observed the motionless body of a female. The body was pronounced dead by a medical doctor. The victim was identified as a 21-year-old resident student of the campus. As investigation into the student's death continues, a post-mortem will be conducted to determine the cause of death. The student is said to be of foreign nationality. Details on the circumstances surrounding her death remain unknown. In a press release, St. George's University acknowledged the loss of one of its students and conveyed condolences to her family, friends, and classmates during this difficult time. It went on to state that the university's psychological services team and Dean of Students' Office are supporting and counseling any individuals affected by the passing of the student. Provost of St. George's University, Dr. Glenn Jacobs, said SGU is collaborating with the relevant Grenadian authorities and is asking the community to support them by respecting the privacy wishes of the relatives of the student. Now, this story to report. Financial Information Month is being observed as a festival of activities by the Eastern Caribbean Central Bank, which coincidentally includes the anniversary of the ECCB. 39 years of dedicated service to the people of the Eastern Caribbean Currency Union and the 8 member countries of the OECS is the milestone being celebrated. As we hear in this Jared Joseph report, the focus is much more than financial literacy.
The target of this year's Financial Information Month, according to the governor of the ECCB, Timothy Antoine, is wealth creation. The Eastern Caribbean Central Bank was established on October 1st, 1983, and is the monetary authority for the 8 member countries. The ECCB governor explains that the shift in focus to wealth creation is driven by the need to expand from financial literacy and empowerment to include financial wellness and resilience.
And if you reflect for a moment, I think you will agree that wealth creation can be a pathway to financial resilience. That's where I'm going with that. Wealth creation is an important pathway to financial resilience. Personal financial resilience, national financial resilience.
Referencing the United States, Governor Antoine notes that 1 in 2, or 58% of U.S. citizens are invested in the U.S. stock market, while only 4% of citizens in the ECCU have invested in regional and international stock markets.
I'm making this point, and I know Mr. Morton as the Deputy Chair will appreciate the point. We need to see more of our people invest in the stock market, regional and international. And yes, I know right now the stock market is turbulent. It will settle. You have to think long. And therefore, we need to see more of our people invest in securities. So you want to know more about this investing thing I just mentioned? Check out the Home Mortgage Bank website, echmb.com. Check out the ecsconline.com. You can find more information there.
The ECB governor says during the month of October, the bank will focus on several topics, including entrepreneurship, investing in securities, and cryptocurrency. I am Gerard Joseph for GBN News.
This story to report sentencing of people convicted of criminal offences will take centre stage next week as the Grenada Bar Association seeks to revive its signature annual public education lecture series.
Mob justice versus real justice, sentencing, social media and the rule of law is the chosen topic for the 18th Sir Archibald Ned Memorial Lectures SANML, scheduled for the 13th October at the Grenada Trade Center. The event begins at 6:30 p.m. Dame Janice Pereira, DBE, LLD, Chief Justice of the Eastern Caribbean Supreme Court, the ECSC, under which the Grenada court system falls, will deliver this year's lecture on a topic that generates deep emotion, creates controversy, and excites heated debate. Social media, in particular, comes alive with controversy and debate on occasions when our courts hand down sentences seen as too soft or lenient, particularly when it relates to sexual offenses and young victims. Dame Janice, who became the first woman to rise to the top of the ECSC in October 2012, is expected to address key issues such as the broad principles of sentencing, the approach by courts to sentencing, the factors taken into account when considering sentencing, and the new sentencing guidelines for various offenses introduced by the ECSC between 2019 and 2021. The Sir Archibald Ned Memorial Lecture focuses on topical issues of interest to the public and attracts distinguished speakers from throughout the Caribbean and beyond. It is noteworthy that the SAMNL, first delivered in 1996, is the first and longest ever lecture series of a bar association in the entire Commonwealth. Back after a 5-year break, the last SAMNL 17th was delivered by Justice Adrian Saunders of the Caribbean Court of Justice, the CCJ, on the topic Enhancing the Rule of Law in the Caribbean, 50 years of the Eastern Caribbean Supreme Court. Sir Archibald Ned, Grenada's 1934 island scholar, served as Chief Justice of the Grenada Supreme Court for 7 years, from 1979 to 1986. During his distinguished legal career, he served in many other countries, including Nigeria, and throughout the then Windward and Leeward Islands. He died in June 1992. Christelina John, GBN News.
Well, President of the Grenada Bar Association, Derek Sylvester, says this lecture is timely, providing an avenue for people to have questions answered.
I believe that at a time like now, it is apt to have those discussions, because many times persons would have a particular skewed view, especially on social media and otherwise, in relation to the principles of sentencing. And the principles of sentencing, it's a touchy topic, but it's principles that are guided along legal lines. So, for example, sentencing is not just pull off a hat. In 2020, we passed the sentencing guidelines, so judges and magistrates, they have a responsibility to go through various phases to determine exactly how do you arrive at a sentence. And I believe the public needs to understand that.
The GBA president says that sentencing is personal to the offender, as one person may get a particular sentence, while another person under different circumstances with the same offense may get a different sentence. Sylvester shares insights into what the discussions may entail.
What's the state of the law in relation to sentencing? And it may also touch on issues in relation to the expectation of the public, the rule of law, social media, and so I best to leave it in the hands of the Chief Justice, who would speak on it. But what I could assure you is that it would deal with all the issues in relation to sentencing, issue in relation to social media, and how the law should treat those things, how it should be dealt with.
This is Network News. Still ahead from us, church service on Sunday to kick off Solidarity Week of Grenada Trades Union Council. We'll talk about that. Stay with us.
The National Insurance Scheme continues to make it easy to access our services using the MyNIS online platform. Now we're introducing a new feature that allows you to submit your benefit claims from the convenience of your smart devices. No paper, no hassle. All you have to do is log in to my.nisgrenada.org. Select claims, fill out the relevant information, and click submit. We'll take it from there. It's that simple and that easy. Submit a claim from the comfort of your home as you rest and recuperate. Enjoy the convenience of faster claim processing and monitor the status of your claim every step of the way. We are excited to introduce this new feature to better serve you. NIS is changing the game and the way you make your claim. Access anywhere and anytime with MyNIS Online.
Building or renovating your home or business? Why not use clean, renewable energy? Install solar panels to power your home and office and see your energy costs go down and your savings go up. Using renewable solar-powered energy protects our environment, reduces our carbon footprint, and slows the devastating impact of climate change. Republic Bank can help to finance construction and renovations that make use of renewable energy. Visit any Republic Bank branch and ask about renewable energy financing options today.
Republic Bank, we're the one for you.
Did you know that the National Policy on Sports and Physical Activity will project a new vision for sports and physical activity in Grenada, Carriacou, and PT Martinique? The Ministry of Education, Youth, Sports and Culture will commence a series of consultations with its stakeholders starting Thursday, October 6th in the parish of St. John at the St. John's Anglican Primary School to highlight the focal areas contained in the policy. The National Policy on Sports and Physical Activity will also play a major role in the transformation agenda of government and will see the formation of a National Sports Council and the parish councils in every parish. Your recommendations are needed to ensure that the policy is implemented seamlessly. Attend the consultations in your parish and get involved.
The most anticipated event to end 2022 is here.
The 12th edition of the Wagiti Super Knockout Football Championship starts on Saturday, 15th October at the Victoria Park, Grenville. It's two big opening games. From 7 p.m. Game 1, 5 Stars St. Andrew versus St. David's United. 9 p.m. Game 2, Moncton Sports Club versus Sunsetter Sports Club. Then after the games, we head stateside for the young and upcoming trending Jamaican artists. 450. 450. Alongside Vanessa Bling.
One man, give me good loving, yeah.
The Octane Band and top local artists. Letneck, Mr. Wacky, and Brighter Store. Admission only $40. For all this action, the 12th edition of the Wagiti Super Knockout is on. Don't miss a game.
I'm a winner, you are winner, we are winners, winners.
It's the big one. Grenada. Imagine winning $25,000 and up to 6 times by scratching just one lotto ticket. Get your triple cash scratch tickets for a chance to live your best life. Win easy with Scratch. For just $3, match any of your numbers to any of the winning numbers and win the prize shown for that number. Reveal a money back symbol and win the prize instantly. Triple cash scratch in stores now. Must be 18 or older to play.
Cause I'm a winner. From the moment that I get up, I'm feeling right.
My name is Mr. Bernard McIntosh. I chose to become a member of the Ariza Credit Union early in the 1980s when I was introduced by one of my co-workers. Very early after I would have become a member, my first loan was a very smooth and easy sailing for purchasing of a motor vehicle. As a youth, you know, young, early 20s and so on, every young guy look out to have a ride, and that was very easy. On this, it's a 75th year of transforming lives. I want to congratulate the Ariza Credit Union. Definitely, I know my life has been transformed because I would have never achieved most of the things that I have achieved had I been associated with a different financial institution. Hey, Nationals, where are you? Are you with us or are you elsewhere? Listen to me. It's not just a savings with Ariza. It's a prudent investment.
Ooh la la! See what's new at Courts. We've got great deals on living and dining room sets, appliances, electronics, and smart devices, and more. Shop today with no cash using Courts Ready Finance. 3 to 48-month payment plans available. Shop in store or online at shopcourts.com. Come see what's new and take advantage of these great deals only at Courts. Bringing value home. Conditions apply.
Why pay full price for your mobile when you can pay half? Just bundle your home internet and mobile services with Flow and save 50% on your mobile bill. That's money in your pockets every month. Plus now you get free YouTube and WhatsApp data. And you can share your plan with up to 3 other numbers. Upgrade now and get a free smartphone. Switch and keep your number. Learn more at discoverflow.co.
GBN leads, the others follow. This segment is brought to you by Republic Bank.
Building or renovating your home or business? Why not use clean, renewable energy? Install solar panels to power your home and office and see your energy costs go down and your savings go up. Using renewable solar-powered energy protects our environment, reduces our carbon footprint, and slows the devastating impact of climate change. Republic Bank can help to finance construction and renovations that make use of renewable energy. Visit any Republic Bank branch and ask about renewable energy financing options today.
Republic Bank, we're the one for you.
This is Network News. In this story, you will learn about Voices, a book filled with monologues and drama texts for Caribbean actors that can be used in the classroom as a fun way to learn history. Some of the monologues from the book were recently featured in Grenada and brought to life by local actors. The rest of the details in this report.
Students from various schools across the island were the first to see the reenactment of 6 monologues from the book Voices, directed by Francis Uriah Peters and Yvonne Wicks. Voices was written by Yvonne Wicks along with various writers from Trinidad and Tobago, Barbados, Antigua, St. Martin, and others of Caribbean heritage based in the U.S. It contains 36 monologues, short plays, and experimental dramatic texts. Wicks says that the book is available to teachers across the Caribbean, and its monologues can be used as a fun way to learn history.
Well, I want them to recognize that history isn't boring, because very often that's the first thing they say. I mean, I myself dropped history very early in life and then picked it up as an adult. And we know that history is a declining subject in the secondary schools in terms of the whole region. So I want the students to take away the fact that they can find career choices, make career choices based on using their own imagination.
Labukan Creative Center Grenada featured the book recently and invited students to witness the reenactment of the text firsthand by local actors.
So, I was born into slavery. And when I tell you, my father was the most abusive man, a wicked, wicked man. I shan't mince my words. But then, along came Thomas Pringle, a handsome man. Saved me from the abuse of my father, and he bought me at a good price.
Some students gave their reactions to the plays.
It was an extreme honor being here this afternoon. I learned so much about my culture, about Grenada, and I think that it was a lot of creativity in the plays that were being executed.
I feel like it was an interesting way to express the thing that has happened in our history. There was a lot that I did not know. Doing history and social studies myself, I think that the writer, she did a very excellent job in portraying the characters. On the cast deserves to be applauded because they did very well.
It was very educational and I enjoyed it. I learned a lot from being here today.
Artistic Director of the Labukan Creative Center, Francis Uriah Peters, said he was happy to work along with Miss Yvonne Wicks.
Dan's motto is the arts is education, and we were so happy to collaborate with Dr. Yvonne Wicks, my colleague and my friend from the University of the West Indies at the Cable campus, where we staged 6 dramatic monologues from the book Voices that was edited by Dr. Wicks, and the 6 monologues were all written by her, and I had the privilege to direct 3 of the monologues.
For GBN News, I am Rena Pett Thomas reporting.
Reducing plastic pollution on the sister isles of Carriacou and Petit Martinique. An MOU was signed to alleviate the large pileup of plastics there. More in this report.
Minister for Carriacou and Petit Martinique Affairs, Honorable Tevin Andrew, has announced an initiative that will see a reduction in the accumulation of plastic waste on the sister islands of Carriacou and Petit Martinique. This through the recent signing of a memorandum of understanding for a public-private partnership to alleviate the large pileup of plastics on the island. This signing took place on the compound of the Solid Waste Management Authority at 6 Roads, Carriacou, between the Grenada Solid Waste Management Authority and the No to Single-Use Plastic Association. Part of the agreement stipulates that the Solid Waste Management Authority will assist the association with the collection and storage of plastic materials on their compound. Minister Andrew notes that this initiative will enhance the preservation and protection of both the environment and marine life.
It's historic because, as many people know, the challenge that the world now faces, the environmental crisis with plastics, and the damages that it caused to our ocean, in particular to our marine life. So with an initiative like this, it will eliminate, or in some cases slow down or to cut off some of those challenges. And of course, as you are aware, this government's initiative and plan is to protect and preserve our environment. And we intend to invest heavily towards that. And hence, of course, you're seeing the need for us to get initiatives like this off the ground. So it is a commendable initiative, and I must commend No to Single-Use Plastic organization for getting it done. And of course, I must commend Grenada Solid Waste Management Authority for pushing the initiative to make it a reality.
Manager Lyndon Roberts cites this as an important development as the agency prepares to transition from waste disposal to resource recovery.
The idea is to have it done in a sustainable manner, and that could only be attained if we engage private entities and NGOs. And if these private partners are actually the drivers. And as the authority, we provide the support, we incentivize, and we provide the raw material to these partners who would use it in order to sustain the operation and the recycling effort for a long period of time and for forever and ever, so that the materials that we would before dispose of as waste is now a resource that is incorporated in a closed loop, that is, we circulate it back through the...
Project founder of No to Single-Use Plastic Association, Richard Laflamme, says a heavy-duty granulator is expected on island in November to entrap all waste plastic into concrete blocks, replacing 10% of gravel.
I'm so proud to be a citizen of Carriacou. Today, it's a great day for the people of Carriacou. Today is a milestone for the health of our birds, our animals, our fish, and our children for generations to come. Today is a very bad day for plastic pollution because we will confine all the 400 metric tons of difficult to recycle waste plastic we produce every year. Because a heavy-duty granulator is coming next month to entrap all waste plastic in concrete blocks by replacing 10% of gravel, a limited natural resource. Because eco-blocks are competitive, sustainable, and meet a Class A structural specification of Bureau of Standard.
Christina John, GBN News.
Grenada Trades Union Council is to celebrate Solidarity Week and has planned several activities for its members. The week-long activities will be celebrated under the theme Promoting Workers' Unity, Consolidating and Advancing Gains in These Challenging Times. Rena Ped Thomas tells us more.
Solidarity Week is celebrated annually by the Grenada Trades Union Council. It's a time when all trade union executives and their members come together in unity to discuss issues, celebrate, host development programs, and workshops, among others. This year, Solidarity Week will be celebrated from Sunday, October 9th to Friday, October 15th under the theme Promoting Workers' Unity, Consolidating and Advancing Gains in These Challenging Times. President of the Grenada Trades Union Council, Andrew Lewis, says that the activities will kick off with a church service on Sunday.
On Sunday, for instance, it starts on Sunday with a church service at 8 a.m. or 0800 hours at the Evangelistic Center, Market Hill, St. George, followed by a brunch at the Public Workers Union. On Monday, there will be engagement between the unions and their membership. Tuesday is the same sort of format, worker union engagement. Wednesday the 12th, there will be a men's health workshop at the Public Workers Union building from 5 p.m. to 7 p.m. On Thursday the 13th, women's mental health workshop at the Public Workers Union building, 8:30 to 3 p.m. And on Friday, that will be our fun day, a Solidarity Day. We are calling our members and supporters and sympathizers and well-wishers to wear your union t-shirt on that day.
The Trades Union executive held a press conference on Friday morning at their headquarters at the Public Workers Union building. But Patterson from the Grenada Technical and Allied Workers Union spoke of some of the key issues they will be addressing with their members.
We can't avoid on this occasion one of the more topical subjects, which would be contract labor, casual labor, and all those forms which have crept into our workforce, and it is, in our view, of detriment not only to the workers who are so engaged, but also to the employer and the economy as a whole.
Kenny James, representative from the Grenada Union of Teachers, is encouraging men to take advantage of the health fair.
Men's health is a critical issue confronting us in our society. Very often when we hear about a situation with a man, it's because it's too far gone. Prostate cancer is real. And every man in Grenada, the boy, as we would say, is a very important member in the man's body. And every man wants to ensure that his boy's health is 100%. And so this is an excellent opportunity for men to come out. Dr. Martin will be a member of that panel on Wednesday. Come out, throw out your questions, get clarity on issues, and let us take our men's health seriously.
For GBN News, I am Rena Pett Thomas reporting.
Akim Andrews' reputation precedes him. This is what has been creating a buzz on social media.
We present the news. You analyze the various topics and distill the issues as they unfold. Your distillation points matter as we're about to highlight them in our Social Buzz report.
GBN Social Buzz is reaching beyond the local platform to share with you what's trending on social media. We browse the World Wide Web and bring to you the topics inciting the most reaction and debate among users.
Do you remember Akim Andrew? Well, he is going the legal road in his pursuit of greatness. And that's according to his lawyer, Jerry Edwin.
I must say that the clang of the prison door closing that we lawyers often refer to, this has served its rehabilitative effect. And we believe Akim will now walk the straight and narrow.
Social media users took to the comment section to share their thoughts about this latest development. The following views are that of the members of the public and not of the Grenada Broadcasting Network. Jamalia Andrews says, I don't know if it's to laugh or cry. All I have to say is our system is crazy. Firstly, who have eyes would have seen that this guy needed help. Sending him to prison wasn't fair on his part. Going forward, I hope that our system provide help for others like Akim. Alison Frederick says, stay on the positive side, and I hope and pray everything works out well for you. Phyllis Charles says, that's a positive outcome. I hope he pursue his dreams the legal way. And finally, Roger Fuchong says he is just simply overambitious and need help. I think he outsmarts himself. He is very intelligent and should be taught the right thing to do. I think he needs boot camp. But to me, he appears to be a very well-dressed and pleasant person. I know he had about 10 employees doing insurance tasks. At another instance, I saw him with a doctor's stethoscope around his neck.
That's what's buzzing tonight. We encourage you, our viewers and listeners, to submit your think pieces on trending topics locally, regionally, and internationally via our Facebook page and YouTube channel. Continue to share your thoughts and concerns with us on our social media platforms.
Next in the news, senior officials brainstorm ways to transform the agriculture sector.
What does it take to be an amazing woman? Lots of me time. Amazing women are classy, fancy, and a little sassy. It's the drink for me. Cheers! Sometimes you've got to show them who's boss. Alpha male? Nah, alpha females are more amazing. Cheers to securing the bag. We make time for ourselves, for work, friends, and we certainly make time for passion. We're simply amazing. Amazing cream liqueur for the amazing woman in you.
High impact doors and windows can be yours. Now available at Caribbean Shutters Windows and Doors. Agents for Domus Windows and Doors. Get custom-made UPVC products with a 20-year warranty on frames and a 5-year warranty on hardware, complete with installation and so much more. Visit our showroom at 11 Frequente Industrial Park, St. George, or call 439-1293, or visit our website at www.domuswindows.com.
MegaFest 2022 Gospel Explosion is finally here. Join the youth of the Grenada Conference of Seventh-day Adventists under the green and white tent at Progress Park in St. Andrews from Sunday, October 9th to the 29th at 7 p.m. and continuing nightly for an electrifying evangelistic experience like no other. Come hear the ever-exhilarating Pastor Oliver Scott shatter the kingdom of darkness with thundering messages from the Word of God. If you ever needed the Lord before, we sure do need Him now. Come find hope in the midst of your pain. See you there.
WeatherGuard Pro. For every project, there's only one Pro. Level of convenience and comfort awaits you when you shop at Rise and Shine Supermarket and Hardware Supplies, Griffin Lane, Grenville. Convenient, because we are open Sunday to Sunday. We're even at your service on public holidays. Comfort, because we are easily accessible to the physically challenged. Free Wi-Fi is available while you shop, and bags come at no charge. Everyday low prices and excellent customer care. Adequate parking available. We supply everything you can possibly think of. Family and home supplies, fresh meat, vegetables, and personal care products. All brands of cooking gas at affordable prices. You can send in your order, have it pulled, or pick up express.
Here is a little known fact. There is only one place in Grenada that you can get an MRI scan done. That place is Spicile Imaging Center. Yes, Grenada, that's the truth. Other centers could offer you other scans, but Spicile Imaging provides an authentic MRI scan. Here's another little known fact. Spicile Imaging has 3 centers. We operate at Grenville, the Carnage, and at the Ocean House, Grandlands. We provide the widest range of laboratory tests and services. CT scans, x-rays, mammograms, ultrasounds, and a host of other services. We are fully staffed by a team of family doctors and specialists. Call us today at 444-7679. or 406-1500, or visit any of our 3 locations. Spicile Imaging, from seeing the doctor to getting lab tests, scans, and pharmacy services. We are here to take care of you.
Affordable quality products delivered to you via Superb Service. We are Superb Distributors, wholesalers and authorized agents for trusted products you know and love, like Rika Juices, Pure Heaven products, Bibin diapers, New Bright laundry detergent, Allegra pasta, and more.
Contact Superb Distributors at 435-2948 for superb quality and service.
This is GBN. We've got the means, the power, and the medium. This segment is brought to you by Flow.
Why pay full price for your mobile when you can pay half? Just bundle your home internet and mobile services with Flow and save 50% on your mobile bill. That's money in your pockets every month. Plus now you get free YouTube and WhatsApp data. And you can share your plan with up to 3 other numbers. Upgrade now and get a free smartphone. Switch and keep your number. Learn more at discoverflow.co.
Rebecca Television Center reporting the day's news. Senior management and supervisors representing various departments and divisions within the Ministry of Agriculture and Lands, Fisheries and Cooperatives convened at the Grenada National Stadium recently for a retreat aimed at brainstorming ways to transform the sector.
The retreat was held under the theme Transformative Development, ensuring food and nutrition security and sustainable development in the agriculture sector. Its objective was to examine with sector managers and staff the meaning and goal of transformative change and development and how it can be reflected in the vision, goals and priorities of the ministry. Minister for Agriculture and Lands, Fisheries and Cooperatives, Senator Adrian Thomas, says the intention of this engagement is to ensure that each department has a structured policy that will cement a robust sector for future generations.
So for livestock, we must have a policy. Propagation of plants, we must have a policy. Extension services, and the list goes on, not forgetting cooperatives and fisheries. And after we have done the policy and the policies on the various issues, we must establish and develop a corporate plan. Not for the budget year per se, but for 3 years, and 4 years, and 5 years, and 10 years, and 15 years. Because our work today must not be just for us, but for the future and development of our country.
Permanent Secretary Aaron Francois explains that public officers have a solemn responsibility to be aware of the government's policies and implementation measures to meet the needs of the citizens.
Please know that a lot is required of us, only by the government, but by the citizens of the country who have voted the government into power for change, for transformation. They are all eager to receive the benefits of the transformation agenda that the government has espoused.
A featured speech from economist Dr. Roxanne Brizan St. Martin noted that the task of public officers is a transformational project and one that is substantive in its impact.
It will take you through a metamorphosis that changes on a fundamental level the way you function on a day-to-day basis. This requires transformational leadership and a transformational mindset. As senior managers within the ministry, displaying transformational leadership is critical to the agenda and the achievement of transformational development.
It is the ministry's hope that the staff would be motivated enough to contribute to the success of transforming the ministry over the next 3 years and achieving the transformative goals for food and nutrition security, the National Spice Replanting Program, increased agribusiness and agro-processing, marine resources and the blue economy, and the cannabis industry. Christina John, GBN News.
The nation's children remain at the forefront of the GBN Eyesore Lens as Child Month 2022 is celebrated.
A good eye captures all. GBN Eyesore is brought to you by Clear Vision.
Life is beautiful if only you can see it. Clear Vision Eye Center helps you do just that. We provide expert service, classy eyewear, and cutting-edge technology, all with a quality customer experience. See better, feel better, and look better. Meet us today at clearvisiongrenada.com or call 444-0055, WhatsApp 409-0055, or follow us on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. Clear Vision Eye Center. Let's see life and the world with a clear vision.
Tonight's Seesaw features the teachers, parents, and students of the Boca Secondary School. Our ISA reporter said 3 form teachers, along with parents of Form 1S, hosted a luncheon for the students.
I would just like to say that we are in the month where we recognize the children of our nation. You are all very special and very dear to us.
The father decided to make his presence felt at the school to show love and motivation to his son in recognition of Child Month.
Never limit to ourselves. And when you're all parents and you're talking to y'all, don't feel like you're talking about y'all. It's for very good for your self-being. So appreciate them when they're talking to y'all. Appreciate them. Appreciate every effort they talk to y'all. And Mary doesn't have that opportunity. So please, once again, just remember that I always will love you no matter what. But in your heart and in your mind, you know that you have your father's back. You will still look in whatever way that you can. And I love you then.
That's just so amazing. And you know, it's Child Month. And I think sometimes when we enter secondary school, we forget and we tend to think we're no longer children. I want to remind you all that this is a period in life that you should treasure, you should cherish it, make the most of it.
World Teachers Day was celebrated on Wednesday under the theme, The Transformation of Education Begins with Teachers, while Child Month is held under the theme, Children's Care and Education Matter, Let Children Grow, Glow, and Flourish. Send us your photo and video submissions via WhatsApp at 405-3052 or our other social media platforms.
Up next, the weather, followed by the sports news and around the globe.
We support you at every stage of your life.
For business,
for your education,
for your financial freedom.
For that new ride.
Upgrade your life with the Communal. Contact us today.
Winning $25,000 and up to 6 times by scratching just one little ticket. Get your triple cash scratch tickets for a chance to live your best life. Win easy with Scratch. For just $3, match any of your numbers to any of the winning numbers and win the prize shown for that number. Reveal a money back symbol and win the prize instantly. Triple cash scratch in stores now. Must be 18 or older to play.
'Cause I'm a winner. From the moment that I get up, I'm feeling right.
If there was ever a time to keep and stay healthy, it's now! We at Hills and Valley are here to help you take deliberate steps to maintain your health. We stayed true to maintaining the most comprehensive rates while stocking the widest range of medicines and health devices, including personal protective equipment. There are so many benefits shopping with us. You get great savings through discounts for senior citizens and reward cards for loyal customers. Ask about owning yours today. Visit us at Halifax and Grenville Street, St. George, Jubilee Street opposite the Grenville Bus Terminal, and at Hillsborough, Carrico. Our wholesale distribution on Halifax Street also stocks the widest range of pharmaceuticals. We are with you on the hills and in the valleys. We are Hills and Valley Pharmacy.
High impact doors and windows can be yours. Now available at Caribbean Shutters Windows and Doors, agents for Domus Windows and Doors. Get custom-made UPVC products with a 20-year warranty on frames and a 5-year warranty on hardware, complete with installation and so much more. Visit our showroom at 11 Frequente Industrial Park, St. George, or call 439-1293, or visit our website at www.domuswindows.com.
Good evening, sporting fans. First off, Windward's lead selector Steve Mahan included 9 Grenadians as part of a 26-man squad for continued preparation for the upcoming West Indies CG United Super 50 Cup. Here's what we can tell you. The squad was selected from the just concluded Windward Islands Super 50 tournament, which Grenada won. The players will compete in a best of the best series featuring 4 50-overs matches from October 7 to 11, 2022. At the end of the series, the Mahan-led panel will select the Windward's Volcano squad to play in the regional tournament. The West Indies CG United Super 50 Cup will be hosted in Antigua and Barbuda and Trinidad and Tobago from October 27 to November 20. The story to report: the West Indies suffered a second defeat in as many days, losing by 31 runs to Australia in Brisbane. Batting first, the men in yellow posted 178 for 7. Alzari Joseph again bowled well for West Indies, producing figures of 3 for 21 from his 4 overs. Then came the chase, and the Windies faltered early, losing Myers with the score on 6 in the first over. Charles and King then went about their business to build the innings with a 50 partnership of 41 balls. King fell with a score of 56 in the 7th over. He hit 23 of 18 balls. Puran went with the tally of 62, and in the absence of another serious partnership, the men in maroon would eventually reach 147 for 8. West Indies now continue their preparations with 2 official warm-up matches against the United Arab Emirates and the Netherlands, while Australia, minus their first choice bowlers and Glenn Maxwell, head to Perth to face England before 2 more games in Canberra. Still with cricket and looking ahead, West Indies will play Scotland in the opening match of the ICC T20 World Cup. The tournament consists of 45 matches across venues: Adelaide, Brisbane, Geelong, Hobart, Melbourne, Perth and Sydney. The ICC T20 World Cup has 2 rounds. The first round is the qualifying stage. The second round is Super 12. Round 1 will see 8 teams split into 2 groups, aiming to qualify for the main round. The top 2 teams from each group will progress to the next round, the Super 12s, joining the world's 8th top-ranked T20 side, which will be divided into 2 groups. After the group matches, the top 2 teams from both groups will progress to the semi-finals. We can tell you too, Australia, or the defending champions, having lifted their maiden trophy in 2021. West Indies are the only team to lift the ICC T20 World Cup trophy more than 1 time. Still, now let's talk a bit of football. Fans of the Blue Stars Super Knockout Tournament will have to wait until weekend for some action. Shamrock will come up against Soccer Stars, while Game 2 will feature Gov against Power Park United. The tournament is now at the semi-final stage. And West Indies men will travel to South Africa for an all-format tour, which will feature 2 tests, 3 one-day internationals and 3 T20 internationals. The 2-match test series will commence at Super Sport Park in Centurion from February 28 to March 4, followed by the second test at the Wanderers Stadium in Johannesburg from March 8 to 12. The series will be the final round of matches in the ICC World Test Championship. West Indies' last tour of South Africa was an all-format series from December 2014 to January 2015. During that series, Craig Brathwaite made a breakthrough test century at the St. George's Park in Port Elizabeth. In the T20 internationals, West Indies had a famous win when they made 236 for 6 to win at the Wanderers. That's the sports news for now. One opposition MP in Trinidad and Tobago says the finance minister cannot be trusted. Revealing details of a High Court ruling against Colum Imbert in Parliament, MP Dr. Rudal Munilal called on Imbert to withdraw and review his budget. However, Imbert hit back, saying Munilal was manipulating the truth. We get more in the CNC3 report.
Because if the court of law cannot believe the finance minister, how can the parliament believe the finance minister? How can the population believe him?
Reading from a High Court ruling delivered on Tuesday against the finance minister, MP Dr. Rudal Munilal says Colum Imbert cannot be trusted. Munilal says the ruling came after Imbert was taken to court for intervening in the hiring process of a new chairman for the Board of Inland Revenue.
The court ruled that he violated the principles of natural justice, violated principles of the law, acted arbitrarily, illegally, illogically. This is a ruling of the court on a finance minister.
But in response, the finance minister says Munilal was manipulating the truth. Colum Imbert is seeking to clear the air on the matter.
That as a responsible Minister of Finance, if I have to make a recommendation with respect to a person who should act as chairman of the Board of Inland Revenue, and I am aware, and it has been confirmed, that a particular candidate is under investigation for tax fraud, I think I would have to be out of my mind to recommend that person to be the chairman of the Board of Inland Revenue.
Imbert says he intends to appeal the High Court decision. He also reveals the tax fraud matter has been referred to the Office of the Director of Public Prosecutions. Charlene Rampersad, CNC3 News.
The risk of a nuclear Armageddon is at its highest level since the 1962 Cuban Missile Crisis, according to U.S. President Joe Biden. Details in this report.
Yeah, Adrian, and the president, as you mentioned, they're not mincing words at all. He raised the possibility that Vladimir Putin actually used a nuclear weapon in Ukraine in probably the most stark terms that we have heard yet from the president since the beginning of this conflict. Speaking to a group of supporters at a fundraiser in New York, he said the possibility that he actually goes nuclear is real and said, in his words, it would be a, quote, Armageddon type situation. Let's put up the transcript. Here's what President Biden actually said in his own words. He says Putin is not joking when he talks about the potential use of a tactical nuclear weapon or biological or chemical weapons because his military is, you might say, significantly underperforming. The president went on, we have not faced the prospect of Armageddon Since Kennedy and the Cuban Missile Crisis, we're trying to figure out what is Putin's off-ramp. Now, it's not clear if President Biden is referencing any new intelligence, because earlier in the week, his administration was a bit less stark about the possibility that he actually does use a nuclear weapon, or that threat is imminent. Here's Karine Jean-Pierre, the White House press secretary, just a couple of days ago.
We have not seen any reason to adjust our own strategic nuclear posture, nor do we have indication that Russia is preparing to imminently use nuclear weapons.
Now, just last week, Vladimir Putin made an address to the Russian population where he referenced using a nuclear weapon, saying he'll defend Russian territory by any means necessary. And we also had that sham Russian vote where essentially 4 regions of Ukraine Vladimir Putin now claims are Russian territory, and there is fighting going on in those places. So all of those things raise the threat. And clearly, President Biden and the White House, as you just heard from the president's own words, taking those threats very seriously.
New York City Mayor Eric Williams has declared a state of emergency to address a crisis situation there over an influx of migrants. More than 17,000 have arrived in the city from the southern border since April. Republican states like Texas and Florida have been sending migrants to Democratic areas in recent months. More in this report.
The city shelter system is at its breaking point, and we need help from the state and the feds. That is the message from Mayor Adams as he declared a state of emergency and issued an executive order. It would direct all agencies to coordinate construction of migrant tent cities or humanitarian relief centers. It would also clear some red tape to expedite that process. The shelter system is setting new daily records amid the unyielding arrival of asylum seekers bused from Texas and elsewhere. More than 17,000 asylum seekers have been bused to the city. 5 or 6 buses arrive every day. The mayor expects the city will have to spend $1 billion by the end of the fiscal year. He says this is unsustainable. Of the 61,000 people in shelters, 20,000 are children. 1 out of 5 is an asylum seeker. 5,500 migrant children have been enrolled in city schools. The mayor is appealing to hotels for temporary housing and to religious groups to adopt a shelter and provide assistance, something the city council proposed this week as it objected to the migrant tent city being moved to Randall's Island, citing the same concerns it had with Orchard Beach, inaccessible by mass transit and flood prone. As for the buses of migrants arriving daily, the mayor says the city's compassion is being, quote, exploited by others for political gain.
New Yorkers are angry. I am angry too. We have not asked for this. There was never any agreement to take on the job of supporting thousands of asylum seekers. This responsibility was simply handed to us without warning as buses began showing up. There's no playbook for this, no precedent. But despite all this, our city's response has been nothing short of heroic.
Now, the mayor is also announcing a partnership that will allow New Yorkers to host asylum seekers, and in the weeks ahead, there will be a plan to fast-track long-term unhoused New Yorkers into permanent housing. He's asking the feds for a, quote, decompression strategy at the border. The mayor is also asking the private sector for donations. As for the city council proposal on using vacant hotels to house these asylum seekers, he's asking the city council, quote, where is that list of hotels? So much to unpack here, much more later today.
Stay with us. We'll remind you of the headlines shortly. A reminder of the headlines. Police investigate death of student of St. George's University. Sir Archibald Ned Memorial Lecture Series resumes after a 5-year break. Church service on Sunday to kick off Solidarity Week of Grenada Trades Union Council. And around the globe, regionally, Trinidad's opposition MP says the finance minister cannot be trusted. Internationally, U.S. President Joe Biden says nuclear risk is the highest since the 1962 Cuban Missile Crisis. Plus, in the sports news, Blue Stars Super Knockout Tournament moves into its semi-final stage. If you missed any part of this newscast, a repeat of it will be broadcast at 10 o'clock tonight. Continue to follow us online, gbn.gd, or on GBN Television Facebook page and YouTube channel for these and other top stories. I'm Kenroy, Baptiste. Feel free to tune in on Sunday for the Weekend Review. Good night.